Since I can only record about a little bit less than 10 minutes per lecture that I'm putting up per video, this lecture on identity ran about 2 hours. So there's going to be about somewhere between 6 or 7 videos that I will post. And I'll post some tonight, Tuesday night. Some will go up on Wednesday because there's certain things that I want you to watch and make sure that you watch before you move to the next aspect of it. So we're going to start out with identity and the problems of identity. We have on the screen before us 11 doctors, and they're all the doctor. And so how can they all be the doctor? If we go from old to younger, we have blonde, almost white hair, curly hair, short, tall. We have completely different characteristics: whimsical, thought-provoking, curmudgeonly, old mean grandfather type at times. So how do we have such different characters, different personalities, different brains, different minds, different bodies, but they're all the same person? And that's an important aspect of identity that we need to look at. However, there's one really important aspect that we have to remember whenever we go into the study of the doctor, and that is rule number 1.
Rule 1. The doctor lies.
When you say companion, is this a sexual relationship?
No. TARDIS. That's time and relative dimension in space. That's okay. Culture shock. Happens to the best of us. I am so impressive.
She deserves compensation.
Oh, we're talking millions. Seriously, though, I can.
You're right.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Well, anything could happen.
No.
I never doubted it.
I did.
Yeah.
I'm good at following me. Got the nose for it.
I'm getting old.
My nose has special powers.
Ricky. It's Mickey. No, it's Ricky. Yeah, I came first in Jiggery Pokery. What about you?
I'm the last of the Time Lords. They're all gone. I'm the only survivor. I'm left travelling on my own because there's no one else.
They're all dead.
I'm the only one left.
And I could keep going on and on with this because he does lie quite a bit. It's one thing to keep in mind that we trust the doctor, and that's an important aspect of the relationship. We have to trust him. But at the same time, we have to realize that he lies. And sometimes... Sorry about that. When he lies, it's not always just to be lying. Sometimes think about when you're caring for someone. Sometimes you lie to protect their feelings. Sometimes you lie because you know they can't handle the truth. They can't handle what the real information is, and you want to soften the blow for them. So there's many different reasons that the doctor lies to us, but at all times you can never forget that the doctor lies. And so we may not have the whole story at any given time. As we move forward, that is definitely going to be an important aspect of it. So, looking back again on the question of identity and jumping ahead, was the question of who are you? So really, when I start asking, who are you? It's an important question. And we're going to look at a very short presentation in this aspect, because it's going to be about a 4-minute presentation on a gentleman who talks about identity. And he looks at some things that even I haven't talked about so far with you.
Dick Clarence Hart. Opportunity to talk about something that I think is really important for this community. So I'm going to talk about, what is identity? What is Identity 2.0? Why will it happen? Where are we now? So to start off with, what is identity? Well, I think identity is who you are. So who am I? Well, if you don't know Dick, this is me. Dick Clarence Hart, and for many, a number of people here, they remember my identity as being at HIP Communications, where I got involved in Perl, which eventually led to ActiveState with O'Reilly. But some of you probably don't know that I live in Canada, which is located here, for those of you that don't know. And, I live in the province of BC, which is over here, the city of Vancouver, which looks like this from the sky, courtesy of Google. We have the Olympics coming up, which is causing its own identity crisis. I live in a part of Vancouver called Gastown, which is located right here, is where I live, which is also where our office is. In case you didn't notice, I'm male. This is when I was born, which makes me 42, over 19, over 21, over 25, and under 65. I went to school at UBC. I now work at Skip. I'm the CEO, I'm the founder, I'm the board member, and to lots of my staff, I'm the bartender. I belong to this organization, this organization, this organization. I blog here, I blog here. I have these email addresses. This one obviously indicates I'm part of the .Mac revolution. I have these phone numbers. I bank here, and often enough they treat me well. I fly in this airline. I'm then part of this program, and I fly often enough that I'm Star Alliance Gold, which gives me nice little perks, which I think are really important. So identity is also what I like. I like the Canucks. I like the Grizzlies, at least until they got sold. These are books that have influenced me, magazines that I follow to find out what's going on, and movies that I relate to. And obviously I like Apple equipment. This is what I like to wear. This is what I like to drive. So that's me. That's part of my identity. So how is it conveyed? Well, historically it's been verbal, where you trusted the person you were talking to, and then we had things like patents and ability, but anyone saw A Knight's Tale knows that those could be forged. And, so we had official papers which enabled trust on a local scale, but modern identity has really been around photo ID, where we had passports and driver's license and student cards that enabled trust on a global scale, so that I could prove that I was Canadian, that I live here, and that I went to UBC, and that I'm over 21. And, so identity is what I say about me, what others say about me. Of course, what others say is more trusted. So, identity is really reputation. It's what others say about you. So where is identity used? Well, we have all kinds of identity transactions. Some of those are verbal. You meet somebody, you say your name, you say where you work. You may even do the same thing over the telephone, or there's things like a job application where you fill in a form. And all this stuff is unverified. You really need to trust the person you're dealing with. Well, what about verified identity? Well, a familiar example is when you go to a place like this, and of course you have to be over 21, and you walk up to the cashier and they say, some ID. You then have a choice, of course, as to whether or not you even want to present ID. Of course, you don't get it by your boobs if you don't do that. And you can decide which ID to show, which is another important aspect. So you can show your passport, you can show your driver's license, some places even take your student card. So I'll go and show my driver's license, and they'll go and compare the photos on there, and they'll see that the subject actually does match a credential. And a nice feature of this is, of course, that only I can go and use my driver's license. And then they look at that and they see, okay, well, who issued it? Does it look like it's authentic? Is it still valid? And through that they see it's a valid credential, assuming they trust the province of BC. And then they look.
Okay, and that is the end of this first part. We'll start back up with the second part.